Get your booty to the pole, 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 yeah.
Did we get your attention? Good.
So, you really not gonna vote? You know it's more than just the president on the ballot, right? Check it.
A district attorney decides who to prosecute,
including whether or not to go after dirty cops.
Do you know who elects the DA? We do, but you don't want to vote.
Can't make it rain if you locked up on some bullshit.
Want trades and coding taught in our schools?
Then vote for the school boards that will prepare
They're
us
not being
for the
taught
job
in the
market.
schools, goddamn
Want
it.
to end cash bail?
Well, then vote for the sheriffs and county officials that feel the same way you do.
But you talking about, oh, they gonna pick who they gonna pick, shawty.
Ferguson just elected their first Black mayor.
You know how that happened?
It's clear Black lives don't matter to some of our current elected officials.
If they matter to you,
Then don't let other people decide who's going to run your community.
get your booty to the poll.
Get your booty to the poll.
Get your booty to the poll.
Get your vote, yeah, vote, stretch.
For information on how and where to vote, as well as resources to find out who's running where you live, go to getyourbootytothepoll.com.
To the pole, get your booty to the pole, get your booty to the pole, get your booty to
Peace, family. I hope all is well. I hope your Friday is I hope you're having a happy Friday. Please hit the like button. Please hit the like button. Also, make sure you share and make sure you subscribe. Yes, Jonathan, they make videos like these to target the Black community. That's what they do. That's what they do. And if you listen to their message, they brought up the DA. And guess who Black folks voted for? Corrupt Fani Willis. They brought up Black Lives Matter. Guess what happened to BLM? They took the bag and moved to the whitest neighborhoods in America and bought property there. Not in the Black community, but in the white community. They went to the whitest communities in America with their George Floyd money. Didn't reinvest that money back into the Black community. They instead went and brought real estate in some of the most exclusive, the same white folks they complain about, the same white folks they call racist. They're now their neighbors. What else did they bring up? Hold on. They brought up something else. Oh, the whole bail, no cash bail thing or whatever. We watched the video yesterday of the illegal immigrants putting hands and feet on those NYPD police officers and being released without paying any bail. So I guess the video worked. I guess the video to bring your booty to the poll, this is what y'all voted for. This is what you guys voted for. You wanted to bring your booty to the poll, you brought your booty to the poll, and this is what you got. But hit the like button. Please hit the like button. Make sure you share. Jonathan, you've been gone for a minute, Jonathan. Where you been? Jonathan, you still in Ghana? But please hit the like button. Please hit the like button. Also, make sure you share and make sure you subscribe. I appreciate the support, y'all. I really love you. And I enjoy having these conversations. You know, I enjoy having these political conversations. I know some people might not like it, but I enjoy it. I think we need to hear diverse trains of thought from, different people. I'm open to hearing other opinions, differing opinions, and you should be too. So again, hit the like button, make sure you share, and make sure you subscribe. And once again, thank you for the support. It really means a lot. Today's topic, I keep hearing, patriarchy is the problem and men have been in power and, men cause wars and men blow things up and men do this and men do that. And I am convinced, that patriarchy isn't the problem. Don't tell me that patriarchy is the problem But then the option you give me the vote for is Hillary Clinton. Don't tell me that patriarchy is the problem. But the option you give me to vote for is Kamala Harris. Don't tell me that patriarchy is the problem. And things will be so much better if we have Hillary Clinton, Kamala Harris, Fani Willis, the city girl mayor in Dalton, Illinois, that's the solution. See, it's not patriarchy, it's not matriarchy, it's what's right, what's wrong, what's righteous, and what's evil. You have good people and you have bad people within both sexes. But don't call out the bad people of the male sex. But then you want to support the bad people of the female sex and put them in power. That does not make any sense to me. It's contradicting and it's hypocritical. Hold on, let me find this video. Let me play this video real quick. I want you guys to see this. There we go. We're going to pull this up. Here we go. Tiffany Haynard. You know, y'all city girl mayor. Y'all city girl mayor. You know. But I really don't think anything's going to happen to her. But she's been definitely a problem. But at the end of the day, y'all voted for her. At the end of the day, you guys voted for her. Y'all wanted the drama, and y'all got it. And y'all got it. And we'll get to Fani Willis in a second. Here we go. Let's get these ads going out of here.
Our team of relaxation experts will show you all the features and help you find.
WGN investigates the price of politics in the South suburbs. Last hour, we showed you how a politician and her team spent tens of thousands of dollars on fine dining, first-class flights, and a five-star hotel.
Investigative reporter Ben Bradley with one woman's story of what happened to her and her mission when she crossed the self-proclaimed super mayor.
Hey guys, it's your favorite super mayor.
Not only is Tiffany Henyard the Thornton Township supervisor, she's also the mayor of Dalton.
You got to make any food? That's what you need.
Henyard hosts and promotes food giveaways throughout the year.
You put the meat in the box that you pull up because it's on 2 different pallets. I want to show you guys that I love y'all and ain't nothing you can do about it.
Here, put that over there.
One person not feeling the love is Nicole Scott.
Are you a victim of the dysfunction in Dalton?
Absolutely, but more so, residents are victims. Would you like some of these?
She runs the Free Indeed Market, a ministry-minded pantry set up like a grocery store. It's meant to give people in need a bit of dignity.
We have some onions here if you need onions.
Scott says she secured funding and architectural plans to redevelop this entire dilapidated shopping center last summer. But the village did nothing with her application for 6 months. She kept a log of her increasingly desperate demands for a response.
What has stopped this?
I don't know. Whenever we go over to the village, we don't get a response.
When Scott recently went public with her frustrations with the mayor and her team, she said she received an angry phone call from the village administrator and a written response saying her plans were insufficient. She'd have to start over.
Don't want to be in politics, but I was told that when I purchased this huge property that I was automatically in politics, but that's not the goal at all. The goal is to serve the community in a greater capacity.
Oh, there you are.
I filed the lawsuit because I am a victim of retaliation.
As we reported in November, Henyard's administration has been repeatedly accused of targeting political opponents. Just this week, her former police chief sued the village, claiming Henyard discharged Chief Collins simply because his wife is friendly with some individuals who Henyard believes to be political opponents. She's also been accused of using cops to intimidate.
She used her entire police force to come in and prevent something from happening because things didn't go her way, really.
Would you like some pulled pork?
What confounds Nicole Scott is that she was apolitical until enduring 6 months of silence from Village Hall. In a community where 20% of residents live below the poverty level, Scott's plans to expand her ministry through development remain shelved.
They know that this thrift store would bring in the revenue that we need to keep our programs and services going, and without the permits, without the business license, we're not able to do that. Well, thank you for shopping with us.
Mayor Henyard has previously denied claims that she targets her opponents. Her publicist said the shopping center plans were reviewed by an outside firm and deemed incomplete. You can see all of our reporting on Henyard's reign in the south suburbs, including first-class travel and fine dining on the taxpayer's dime, along with her cancer charity, which is now the focus of an inquiry by the Illinois Attorney General. Just go to the WG.
Hold on, guys. There's another video I wanna play. There's another video I want to play in regards to Tiffany, Miss Tiffany. Here we go.
Business analysts and scrum masters can easily make six-figure salaries. They're high in demand.
WGN investigates a spending spree in the south suburbs by an unapologetic politician.
Last fall, we detailed some of the expenses billed to taxpayers, and tonight, Ben Bradley's back with new bills and new questions.
Micah and Ray, Tiffany Henyard and her team travel in style. First-class airfare, fine dining, and five-star hotels. It's in sharp contrast to the communities they represent, which have a per capita income of $29,000 a year, and 20% of the population lives below the poverty level.
I am in the White House.
Tiffany Henyard has a taste for travel.
Sleepy Joe,
she is front and
there
center
he
at
is,
the
Sleepy
White House
Joe.
at a meeting for mayors this month.
I'm here taking care of the people's business.
It's how she travels that caught our eye.
I shouldn't have to sit up here and break all this down.
Henyard serves as the mayor of Dalton and supervisor of Thornton Township, two elected positions that earned her more than $287,000 in 2022. But here's what happens when you ask her about how she spends taxpayer money.
I do not handle anything as relates to with credit cards. As you heard me speak today in my board meeting about, I do not handle that.
Some of those charges are for you, though.
No, sir.
You didn't go to Las Vegas? What is that?
No comment.
You don't know if you were in Las Vegas?
Of course I do.
Were you?
It's not paid by them.
Did you fly first class to Las Vegas?
Any other questions?
Political strife is a fact of life in local government here.
You the ones that's costing the village money. I don't know how that call. All right. Okay.
What was she supposed to shoot? You wanted her to expound? Don't
at the meeting. I made the motion.
As we've reported, public meetings frequently devolve into chaos. Municipal bills don't get paid. Several employees
Got voted
sued,
in.
claiming retaliation, and some business owners claim Henyard targets her opponents. Tiffany Henyard's spending and self-promotion are big issues here. Her face is everywhere, from government mailings to billboards. Those signs cost taxpayers more than $22,000.
Oh yeah.
She's also something of a social media star.
God chose me. You may have hired me, but God chose me.
Somebody know something. Don't nobody know nothing? Leave me alone.
I don't think she's fit to be a mayor. I think she really want to be a reality television star.
Nikita Cloud was Tiffany Henyard's chief of staff in Dalton for less than a year. We spoke with her after WGN Investigates first exposed how Henyard and other officials spent thousands of dollars on trips, meals, and more that they've refused to explain. Now, a new batch of records from Thornton Township shows the spending spree hasn't slowed. Credit card charges show that in just 5 months, township taxpayers footed the bill for more than $23,000 in restaurant meals statewide, including this upscale winery chain and this steakhouse near O'Hare. Then there's the travel. Records show township officials spent more than $67,000 on trips to Portland, Austin, Atlanta, and New York City. Many of the flights were first class. So were the accommodations. In Atlanta, they stayed at the Four Seasons, costing taxpayers more than $9,000. In New York, the bill came to $13,000 for a stay in Times Square. Nikita Cloud wasn't on those trips, but has been to many meals with Henyard and her cronies, who she says have no qualms about using public money for private enjoyment.
Over-the-top meals, lobster, crab legs. She liked the good stuff.
And when you were with her at these meals, was government business discussed?
No.
Henyard and her allies have defended the spending, claiming the trips are for conferences or to help recruit new businesses.
Do you know the government purpose of any of that travel?
No, I really don't.
Chris Gonzalez is the last remaining Henyard opponent on the township board.
And what happens when you ask?
Nothing. Really, just no answers.
I don't have any comment on that.
Trustee Jerry Jones was on that first-class trip to New York.
Still don't have a comment.
Sir, you're a trustee.
Well, once again, I don't have a comment.
We went to a recent township meeting to get answers.
Ooh, Ben Bradley, how you feeling?
That's Keith Freeman. He's Henyard's advisor at the township, village administrator in Dalton, and he's also the registered agent of Tiffany Henyard Cares.
But there's no foundation in the state of Illinois moving like we move and shaking, moving like we doing right things.
Henyard's namesake charity claims to support cancer patients and has benefited from public money, but has failed to file required paperwork showing where any of its money goes. The Illinois Attorney General is now threatening legal action.
How come you don't respond to my emails?
There you go. There you go. Huh? There you go. That's all you're getting from me. That's all you're getting from me today.
How come the charity hasn't filed its financial disclosures about how money was spent?
How would I know that? That's a good question, though.
A question we had hoped to pose to Tiffany Henyard, but the township meeting was abruptly canceled 30 minutes after it was scheduled to begin. Henyard was in the house, but went out a back door with Freeman in her wake.
Keith, we'd like to talk to you or Supervisor Henyard about some of the questions. You've been the township assessor for 10 years now. Would you call this a functional government?
Not totally, no.
Transparent?
Not really.
Are you concerned about how money is being spent?
Yes.
Here's what happened when we questioned Henyard in November.
All right. Any other questions?
So you're not going to answer how taxpayer dollars are being spent? That seems
Well, that yaki is laid, though.
What do you mean? I just answered your questions.
You said you wouldn't answer about Las Vegas.
You asked me a question and I responded. So any other questions you may have?
I'll keep asking questions and unfortunately not getting answers, but I'm not going to stop.
Oh, my God.
While Henyard hasn't responded to our detailed questions for weeks, a public relations firm retained by the township emailed.
All right, guys. So we're not done yet. We're not done yet. Let's jump to Fani Willis. Oh, God. Let's jump to Fani
Most people
Willis.
have no clue that in 2023, the
But I was
best way
told
to make money on
patriarchy
Amazon is not.
is the problem.
We are tracking.
Again, I was told patriarchy is the problem.
Some breaking news for you right now. CBS News has learned exclusively in a filing by Fulton County District Attorney's Office an acknowledgement that Fani Willis engaged in a relationship with attorney Nathan Wade. You, of course, recall that both are working on the Georgia election interference case involving former President Donald Trump.
Joining us now with more on Willis's response is CBS News investigative producer Daniel Kleidman. Daniel, extraordinary reporting. Tell us what you've learned here, particularly about how Willis is expected to respond.
Well, CBS News obtained a draft of the filing, the response to the motion that had all these allegations about her having a relationship with Nathan Wade, the special prosecutor who she hired to lead the Trump investigation. And first of all, it acknowledges that there was a relationship between them, but it pushes back very hard on some of the facts that were alleged, but also on the idea that this represented any kind of conflict of interest that could lead to her disqualification from the case or dismissal against any of the defendants.
And you have that filing in front of you.
I do.
What stands out to you? What are the headlines?
Well, one of the most, I think, important things in this filing is actually an affidavit, a sworn affidavit by Nathan Wade that is an exhibit. And I'll read it. He says in this affidavit, in 2022, District Attorney Willis and I developed a personal relationship in addition to our professional association and friendship. So there's the acknowledgement of the relationship. But importantly, he also says that relationship did not begin until 2022. My understanding is it's early to mid 2022. He was hired for this position by Fani Willis in November of 2021. That is an important distinction because of the suggestion that she hired someone she was having a romantic relationship with.
Come on, they were
and
having
someone who would come under
relationship
some criticism for not maybe having all of the credentials needed for a case like this. They also push back on that, by the way. The affidavit lays out in detail his experience as a lawyer, including having done a lot of felony cases in both state court and federal court.
Do we have a sense at all? I know obviously this is all still developing, but what this could mean in terms of consequences? I mean, what are the chances that Fani Willis might step aside now?
Well, this is the question that everyone wants to know. And there's a hearing that Judge Scott McAfee, who's the presiding judge in this case, has scheduled for February 15th, an evidentiary hearing where he's going to have to hear some of the evidence and then rule on this motion. Look, the bar is high for disqualification on the basis of conflicts of interest. And this is the argument that Fani Willis and her team make here, that they had no vested interest, financial or otherwise, in a conviction in this case beyond wanting to do justice, beyond wanting to vindicate the rights of people in Georgia and in Fulton County. So the idea that the certain financial entanglements between Fani Willis and Nathan Wade could have somehow biased the investigation. They say that is not true at all. One other important detail in the filing is the allegation was that Nathan Wade and Fani Willis went on vacations together, Caribbean cruises, lavish vacations, and that Nathan Wade paid for that from money that she was authorizing paying him for this job. And that was potentially a misuse of taxpayer funds, potentially added to the idea of a conflict of interest. What they reveal in this filing was that they actually alternated paying for some of these trips, and Fani Willis actually paid for some of them as well. And there are actually receipts for Delta flights to Miami that Fani Willis paid herself.
So,
That's not
Daniel,
what the credit card statement
if the
says.
report comes out and says there was no misuse of taxpayer funding, that it was not an inappropriate relationship, and that he was not hired by Willis because of a relationship.
Well, they already had a
why
relationship
not come
before.
forward with this from
I
the
guess the
beginning?
alleged
Why
romantic
wait until there are
relationship, and he was
rumors and
being overpaid.
innuendo and still not?
It's an excellent question. A lot of us were wondering that. My understanding from the sources that I've talked to who are close to Fani Willis is that, first of all, she was reluctant to put a lot of facts out there and information out there before they had all of their ducks in a row in case things were contradicted or they made mistakes. That wouldn't have been good. And then there was also the kind of usual and predictable tension between the lawyers and the more sort of PR-minded people in her office. The lawyers are always reluctant to put a lot of facts out there that they feel they don't need to vindicate their legal arguments.
Yeah. Real quick though, in this filing, because there have been a lot of allegations, is there any substance to any of those impropriety allegations?
Well, they
Or does this
certainly
clear them?
But look, I mean, this is their motion in response to
Right.
the allegations. So this is their position. There will be a hearing. Both sides will have the opportunity to present their cases. So this doesn't end this controversy, but it is the first time we are hearing in any detail what they're saying about it. And they push back pretty hard. Let me just read you very quickly. They're fairly dismissive of the defense's original motion. They say this is not an example of zealous advocacy, nor is it a good faith effort to develop a record on a disputed legal issue. It is a ticket to the circus.
Nah. Like I said, it's not over yet. They have a hearing on February 15th. Yeah, Fani dropped the ball. And then, Fani goes to the black church and starts crying racism and playing the race card. But she finally admits that there was a romantic relationship going on. Guys, the case is compromised. And the thing is, what Fani should do, Fani should just remove herself, but her arrogance. See, this is the issue with my sisters that's going on. And this started with Black Lives Matter. A lot of our sisters in power thought all they had to do was yell racism and white supremacy, and the Klan is going to come back and get folks if we elect Donald Trump. But they thought that would give them a pass to continue their effery behind the scenes, and that they will get away with it, and that there will be no consequences as long as they pander to black people. They can continue to be shady behind the scenes, but it's catching up to them now. It started with BLM, with those women who ran that organization. And if you guys notice, where's BLM at? Where's Black Lives Matter? They have completely disappeared. They cashed out. They had some legal issues, and now they're gone. Who else is there? You see what's going on with Fani Willis right now? The mayor in Dothan, Illinois. You got the mayor in New Orleans. I mean, there's a lot going on. Yeah, BLM took that money and ran. They moved to the most whitest neighborhoods. They moved next to the same white people they were calling white supremacists. They live next door to them now. BLM ran off with that bag quick. And this is not going to end well. All this was a power grab, and now it's backfiring. Well, it's backfired. And pretty much it's not going to end well because, the Democratic Party, these white liberals, they're not going to come save these women. They're on their own. You see what's going on with the sister here in Atlanta as well. What's her name? There's another situation here in Atlanta. You see what's going on with Cori Bush. I think that's her name. That's not the one in Atlanta. But all this stuff is backfiring now. The Democratic Party used black women to, and I hate using this word because it's a damn shame how, as a man, that mayor is a thief. The lawyers, nothing is wrong. Nah, bro, it's a conflict of interest, man. And it's gonna that hearing on the 15th is gonna be very interesting. But technically, the lawyer's still married. He's still married. They had Fani Willis and Nathan Wade had a relationship already. That was Nathan was her mentor. was her mentor. Allegedly. Well, no, was her mentor. Yeah, right here. That's what I'm talking about. The one that was putting recording devices in his car because he refused to continue the relationship. I can't think of her name. But shit is getting wild out here. And the Democratic Party put black women out front somewhat, used them, and now they're done with them. Because this guy right here, Trump, he has a shot at win. He's gonna win. I'll be shocked if Trump doesn't win and is not the next president, is not elected president in November. And basically, sisters were put out front to get you Negroes in line. And it somewhat worked because you guys don't understand the number of black men I spoke to back in 2020 who told me they had to vote for Biden because they mama said if they don't vote for Biden, they can't come to Thanksgiving dinner. You don't understand the number of black men I spoke to that said they had to vote for Biden because they had to keep peace in the house. You got grown ass black men being bullied by women. And now that is backfiring. Now that Trump is in the lead, it's scorched the earth. We don't need you sisters no more. We don't need you guys no more. Thank you for your service. We got to work on a different plan. And you see what's going on now. Hey, guys, links in the chat room. If you want to call in and add to the conversation, click on the link. Again, if you want to call in and add to the conversation, please click on the link. But like I said, patriarchy is not the problem. You know what the problem is? Because I only hear this stuff in the black community. It's the lack of respect for black male leadership. That's what the issue is. And they're trying to hide behind patriarchy is the problem. They're trying to hide that, matriarchy and the Mother Earth is the natural way. In reality is they just don't have a respect for black male leadership. That's what it is. Because when it came to Sleepy Joe, they got in line with patriarchy. Again, when it came to Sleepy Joe Biden, they fell in line with patriarchy. But when it comes to your black ass, it's Mother Earth and the natural order of things is to put the black woman back in her position of power. But when it came to Sleepy Joe Biden, the Mother Earth put the black woman into her rightful place of power. That all got thrown out the window. So it's not about patriarchy. It's about the lack of respect for black male leadership. That's what it is. Guys, links in the chat room. Please put the link in the chat room. Put the link in the chat room. If you want to call in. If not, we'll go ahead and close out. But that's what it is. That's what the problem is. All right, links in the chat room. If you want to call and click on the link. If not, we'll go ahead and close out. And I love let me say this. I love my sisters. I really do. I really do. But this is just an observation. And the reason why I say that is because when Kamala Harris was running for president, team, we got to put the woman back in her position of power. We're nowhere to be found. You got to click the link. But when Joe Biden was running for office, I know this team, you got to put the woman back in her natural position of power. They were riding for Joe, taking their booties to the poll for Joe. No voting, no fucking for Joe. Strolling to the polls for Joe. You say you can't enter the chat. Just click the link. But yeah, if you're on an Obama phone, I don't know if StreamYard is compatible with Obama phones. So it might be your Obama phone, original man. All right, guys, we're going to close out. Everyone, thank you so much for joining. Like, share, subscribe. Until next time, family, down at Samir Search. Well, original man, try your phone. I'll wait another minute. Try to call in on your phone. All right, so guys, we're going to close out. Everyone, thank you so much for joining. Like, share, subscribe. Until next time, family, down at Samir Search for Haru. Peace.